Welcome back for another video. Here we are entering the lambing pen. It's midnight here, so we'll just have a look and see if we've got any new arrivals. Sounds as if we may have something going on, so we'll just take a look round. Okay, so we've got a ewe here. Looks as if we've got a couple of hooves there showing, so she's pretty much there. Might just be one hoof actually. Yeah, what I've done, I've decided to give her a little help because one of the legs is back a bit, so she's just struggling to get that through. And once we get it away, she will find that a lot easier. And alive and well, so all's good. We are getting some big lambs in the singles, so a bit too big, some of them, to be honest. Well, let us settle down and mother up to this one while we check around the rest of the pen. Okay, so we have got another ewe over here straining, and we'll just pop around and have a look, see what is occurring over here. So we've got a water bag out. She may be fairly early on, so just going to leave her to it for a bit, get some more jobs done and come back to her. So just made sure all of our ewes in the pens that have already lambed have got water and hay. She's still not progressed really, this ewe, but I'm going to give her a bit longer. Just going to have a look at the lamb that we previously lambed, get this one iodined. So we'll get the navel all iodined and get her into a pen. We've got a bit of a kicker here. It's important to hold the bottle tight, otherwise you can end up wasting a lot of iodine, which is not cheap these days. So I've got these penned up, and then just let this ewe kind of have a good push. And see how she progressed, and eventually got to the stage where she is now ready to pop. She is having just the one lamb, so the lambs tend to be bigger when you've got a single, and all of the nutrition is going into feeding the one lamb. We have started to get some singles which are really too big, so hoping that isn't going to continue, because it could be an indication that we've fed them too much, which is not good really when it comes to single lambs and trying to get them out the ewes. So you're just going to give this one a little bit of assistance here. And she's decided to get up, so I'll let her do that, and just clear the airways, make sure she's fine, make sure she's breathing, and then leave the ewe to it. So mother licking the afterbirth here, bonding with the lamb, and in no time at all the lamb's got its head up and having a little shake. We're going to get this one penned, so we'll pop him in a pen where he'll continue to shake a bit, and we've also penned her up next to the other lamb we had a little bit earlier, which is already up and eager to try and find a drink. I've just got to fill these waters up so that the ewes are going to produce plenty of milk. So on to the 3 AM check now. We just had quite an easy check here, just a single lamb born. It hasn't been born long, and just had to work out which ewe this one belonged to, as we had a mule which was making it look as if it was definitely hers, but in fact it was this clean ewe here which had actually given birth. This mule, no signs of anything there, so she probably won't be long, but for now I'm going to get this one penned up with the two previously, and I can get a couple of hours sleep before morning. So here we are, morning after the night before. We've got Texel Cross here, a mule with a couple of good lambs. This is a homebred Thave, so she's 2 years old, and this is her first set of lambs. And this is a much older ewe here, Texel Cross. These guys are all off to the field today. Do have a lamb there stretched out. Might just check that that's okay, because that looks a bit funny. Jump in. Might just be asleep, to be fair, but when you see a lamb stretched out like that, you never know. No, absolutely fine, just having a stretch. Good. Right, we will get these guys out to the field, and they can go and be subject to the elements, because the weather at the moment is not great, but they've got to put up with it. So decided to get the ewes in a little bit early today. As you may have seen in previous videos, we have them out in the day generally and bring them in at night. There is one just showing the very early signs of lambing though, so it's one with a prolapse harness on, so we want to get them in. They'll be happy to come in. They have a little bit of cake just to encourage them, and as you can see, we have actually got one lambed down there. They lambed earlier today. But what we will do is get these in and run them along the road. Try and let as many of them come up to the gate as possible, giving them a call, so that they all get a little bit of food rather than just the ones at the front. So we will open the gate and get them on the way.
Come on! Good.
So now we've got them in, we've got this ewe with a prolapse harness on who is showing signs that she's going to be lambing shortly. What I'm going to do is take the harness off and just leave her to it for a bit. You can leave the harness on and they will lamb absolutely fine with it on, but just going to take this off now just to make her a little bit more comfortable. Once they start lambing, generally the muscles all kind of relax and they won't then push the prolapse out, which she was doing previously. So we'll get this off and leave her to it for a bit, and we'll catch up with her a little bit later on. This ewe did have quite a bad prolapse. The one you can see in the background on this with the harness on has just had a small one. We've had a few this year where they're just pushing it out a tiny little bit, so we just put a harness on just as a precaution, just to stop them fully pushing the actual prolapse out. So there are a few more with harnesses on than perhaps we'd normally have, but we leave her to it, and about half an hour later she has had her first lamb. She is a double, but a nice healthy lamb there. You can see when it comes out yellow like that, it can be a sign that it's been ready to come out for a little while. So she's lambed that herself though, absolutely fine, no problem, and she goes on to have a second, but unfortunately I didn't have it on record, but she's all penned up. Then to the evening check, where we run into a little bit of an issue with the ewe, which has got the head out and not progressed much further than that. So I'm just going to grab her, because she'll be needing some assistance in order to try and get this lamb out alive. Again, this ewe is another single, so again, big lambs coming, which can cause problems just like this. So as you see, we have actually got one leg here. I like to try and get the second leg round if I can, so I'm just going to try and pop the head back in a bit, just so I can get the other leg. The head is quite swollen up, but it's not too swollen up to just pop the head back in order to get the other leg. Could probably have lambed it with just the head and the leg, but I tend to try and get that second leg if I can. So this successful delivery kind of concludes our video. Lambing at this point has been going really, really well, to be fair. I've had about 50 ewes lamb and only lost one lamb, which was born in the sack, which you will get a bit of. Unfortunately, that doesn't continue, I do know, because I've been recording the next episode, so there are a few issues which are coming up, so we want to try and give as honest a view of farming as possible, and 50 ewes lambing with only one loss is very, very unusual. So we've got off to a good start, so we can't complain, but as I say, stay tuned for more videos where we'll be going through more and more of what you can encounter when you're lambing. If you are enjoying it, please do hit that like button and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with everything we've got going on here. Thanks for watching.